Well, this is episode 2 of the Decade Legacy Challenge, and we have hopped into the house here with Anna, William, and Florence. And we are just going to see what's going on in the farm. So, first thing off the bat here, we come in and Florence is giving William some big news that she is expecting. And as you can see, they are both extremely excited about the fact that she is expecting. So, our family is certainly growing pretty quickly. He may not be very good at gardening, but he's definitely good at making kids. So, there's that. So Florence is just going to go ahead and do a little bit of tidying up around the house, and we're going to have William and Anna tend to the crops and things of that nature, just because things need to go ahead and get done around here. And it is like late afternoon, so they'll do whatever they can to finish up for the day, and then we'll have everybody just hop into bed. So as you can see, Florence did have herself a painting there, and so she's just going to go ahead and sell that as well. Bring in a little bit of funds for the family. So while they are just kind of tending to themselves here, I did want to go ahead and mention that as a collective group, there were some votes. I had asked if which series basically would you guys preferred. I'm trying to figure out my schedule, and it seems that Decades is definitely high on the list. So currently, as of now, I am planning to do the Decades Challenge on Thursdays and Saturdays and see how that goes. So this will be coming up for you guys, and then there will be another Decades video come out on Saturday, and that is the plan that we're going to move forward. Is 2 days a week will be a Decades video. As you can see, Ezra has decided to come visit again. Anna absolutely loves when he comes to visit. She can't get enough of Ezra. She is extremely her heart just definitely belongs to this man, and she is always very, very sad when he's not around. And when he is around, she's at her happiest. So I do worry some days that, I worry that she's going to die of a broken heart because she is just so forlorn without him. So it is, as you can see, Friday morning, it looks like. Or is that evening? Friday evening. But he's just out here trying to take care of the farm to the best of his ability. He's not very good at it, but I'll give him the credit I can give him. So he is out here. He's, calling the chickens to eat. He's going to clean up their coop and things of that nature. Go ahead and get some weeding done here on the crops and things of that nature. So we are just trying to get everything up and going and looking good so that we can make ourselves a little bit of profit. I also did ask if you guys wanted us to move to Hemford-on-Bagley, since we did get the cottage living, and that also won the vote. I'm not going to lie, it was a lot building this house. So part of me wanted to stay, but the other part of me was like, but cottage living, So I am actually glad that you guys also want to move there, because I think that it would give us a better experience for the Decades Challenge, just because we will have that lot tray with the simple living where we have to grow our food to eat and things of that nature. It's really going to immerse us into that time period. So I'm actually really, really excited. I did off camera build their cabin in Hemford-on-Bagley, and I have named it Humphrey's Farm. So in this episode, we definitely will be going over to our new residence, which does mean that because of the war and her losing Ezra, the family has definitely taken a financial hit, and with the mining going on, and they're using those inmates and things of that nature, like all of the stuff that's just kind of going on in the area due to it being this time period. They just don't have the funds available to keep this farm. So they are having to downsize and move out further into the country so that they basically can afford to live. So that is what is going to be happening in this episode. Ezra's just gonna have a bath. Don't mind him. He's just a ghost who's feeling dirty, I guess. So, like I said, the cottage has been built and is ready for us to move in. I just want them to go ahead and get some things done as far as gathering up their supplies, as far as the fruits and vegetables that they have in the fridge and things of that nature. And then from there, we will go ahead and get them moved into their new home. So Anna is just, I always do that. I keep wanting to call her Anna, but that's Florence. Florence is just going to go ahead and make some porridge for the family. She is getting a little bit peckish, and obviously Anna and William, mostly Anna, but a little bit William, have been out on the farm, and they've been tending the crops and taking care of the chickens and doing all the farm things that need to be done. I even think Anna did a little bit of woodworking today, so they're going to be hungry, they're going to be tired, and Florence is like, you know what, I am pregnant, but that doesn't mean I can't cook. So she's going to make some porridge. She's clearly having some issues because I moved that picture on her, so I've moved that over, so now she should be able to go ahead and resume this porridge. Ezra is aimlessly wandering around our house, glowing purple, so that's fun. I don't really know why he is here so much. Usually the ghosts haunt the home where their grave is, like where their headstone is. His headstone is at the local parish, and yet he is here all the time. So I guess the only saving grace is he doesn't go around breaking things, so that's nice, but I don't know. I don't really care for ghosts in this challenge. It's not very realistic, so I may have to release his spirit if he starts visiting us at the cottage when we move there. He may have to go ahead and be released. I know that it does give Anna a little bit of comfort, but for story time, it's inconvenient, so there's that. So everybody's just going to have themselves a bite to eat. They're obviously, going to tend to their needs. Use the washroom, have something to eat, get themselves to bed. And then in the morning, we will see if there's anything else that needs to be harvested up, and probably deal with the chickens a little bit, and even maybe make some friends with the bunnies. I had pre-recorded this episode before I got the vote in that you guys wanted them to move. So they are basically just tending this home as if they were going to remain in this home. And so I'm gonna go ahead and let them do that, just because it obviously does still get their skills up and things like that. And plus, we'll be needing all of those fruits and veg when we do go to the new place. And, well, I'm not gonna, who doesn't want to look at bunnies, So they're gonna do that stuff in the morning, and we will go ahead and wrap things up in this house to get ourselves to where we're at a good place to go ahead and move. I definitely want to get them into Hemford-on-Bagley in this episode, for the simple fact that she is in her second trimester, I believe, and we want to move before we have a baby. So I was toying with the idea that Anna may stay here. She's like, what is this food? Oh, she's learning, Anna. You have to give her credit, because she made porridge for the family. It looks interesting, but she's trying. And So I was toying with the idea as far as Anna here. I didn't really know if I wanted to bring her with us to Hanford on Bagley, but then I decided that in this time period, if a woman's husband had died, she could have probably gotten some type of work as far as like painting or gardening and things like that to make a living. But with her being an elder, she wouldn't really have the capabilities of taking care of herself financially, as well as a home this large. I realize that it is only 2 bedrooms, but it is a pretty large house. So there's just no way she would have been able to do that. Not to mention the fact that if you think about it, in this time period, people lived till their like mid 40s and then they passed away. So she is already probably, I would say, 42, 43 years old. And so she does not have much longer left to live. And I just don't think she would really be able to do that. Like, I think when I think of her, like, yes, she's robust and she's hardy in the sense that she's a farm girl, and her husband have always, taken care of this farm, but she's not a spring chicken anymore. So she's coming with us. I don't think that it's going to hinder the gameplay in any way. William and Florence are young. They're like 18, 19 years old. They're newly married. She's already pregnant with their first kid. Like, there is plenty of time for kids, and I don't think Anna being around is going to cause any problems with that. The cottage is a lot more humble than this one. It's quite modest. It's a smaller, like, they're downsizing, but there is enough room for everyone, and there's a lot of land, so the house would be able to grow as the family grows. So I think everything is going to work out okay as far as that goes. The only thing I guess I do worry about with Anna is when we take her away from the family home that she basically built with her husband, and we take her into William and Florence's place. Is she going to be so sad that it kills her, right? Because this is, her and Ezra built this place together, and he still comes and visits her, as unrealistic as that is. And yeah, I think she might miss that. So we will have to see, I guess, how that plays out. But in the interim, she is definitely going to be coming with us. So everyone is now just finally headed off to bed. Florence has cleaned up after everyone and done what she needs to do. And she's like, okay, it's super late. I'm going to go ahead and get myself into bed. So into bed she goes, and poor Anna is just in the bathtub, missing Ezra. Like I said, every single time he leaves, she is like this. She's just so sad all the time. The only time she isn't sad is when he's visiting her as a ghost. So I don't know how she's going to take moving away from the family farm. I know that she loves her son, and I'm sure she wants what's best for him, and she understands, like, this situation is hard for everyone, and, still part of her is probably, just not real happy with the idea that she has to give it all up. So Florence is up bright and early. She's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come out here. I'm going to talk to these bunnies. I'm going to, feed the chickens and check and see if there are any eggs to collect. And I'm going to follow in Anna's footsteps, and I'm going to show William and her both that I can do this. I personally think that Florence really struggles with the fact that she married someone that it was arranged for her to marry, and she moved into their home. Like, she moved into Anna's home. So she kind of has that feeling like she might be stepping on toes, or do you know what I mean? Like, it's not her home, it's Anna's home. And so she doesn't really know, like, what she's supposed to do. All of this lifestyle is new to her. She's a little bit more prim, a little bit more proper than Anna and William, right? They're just a small town farmer family, and she came from a little bit more money, I guess, in the sense that her society was a little bit maybe higher than theirs. She, doesn't like playing in the dirt. She doesn't want to plant things. Like, she's not into that. She doesn't want to be dirty. She wants things to be tidy. She likes to paint, and she likes to knit, and she likes to cross stitch. But she's not, no, like, she is learning a lot from Anna. She's learning how to do the wash. She's learning how to do the cooking. Mind you, green porridge. But, you know, beggars can't be choosy. So she is slowly learning how to kind of fit into this family, but I do think that it is a little bit awkward for her. I notice when her and Anna are together, they get on well enough in the sense that they can kind of have a little bit of small talk and kind of a laugh here and there, but you can tell, like, it's kind of awkward. Like, you can just tell there's a little bit of tension, and so I try to put myself in her shoes and just think, like, that must be very difficult to have yourself in a situation where you're having an arranged marriage and you don't get your own home. You're moving into your husband's mother's house, right? Like, I could see that would be awkward. So this pitcher, this basin here, breaks all the bloody time. This is like the third time since I started this series that this pitcher has broken, and William hates repairing it. I will tell him to repair it. He will ignore me. I will tell him to repair it. He will ignore me. So I'm going to tell him to repair it. And by the time he finally gets to it, the kitchen will be half flooded. And there's that. That'll be fun. But he has to fix it because this would be something that obviously men would do. Not necessarily so much the women. So he's going to fix the plumbing, and Florence can do the cooking, and she can, you know, do the wash and do some painting and things to try to help bring in extra money on the side. But she's like, I am not doing the plumbing. I'm just not doing it. And I'm also not going outside and playing in the dirt. Like, I'll collect the eggs for you, and I'll love on the animals and feed the chickens and pet the bunnies, but I'm not getting in the dirt with my dresses, and no. And Anna's like out there just standing in the dirt, just having a good old time. Stinking, basically, because she's got like green cloud coming off of her. But as you can see, they're two very different people. So yeah, so they're just gonna go ahead and tend their lovely garden here that they've started and do some weeding, spray some bugs, play with the bunnies. Maybe they can get a little bit of help from the bunnies. I know we're not staying here, but even if they learn how to become friends with bunnies prior to us moving to Hemford-on-Bagley, I'm totally okay with that because I don't know anything about those bunnies quite yet. Obviously, cottage living is new, and I haven't had a chance to really play with it, so I'm learning as we go. But they are super adorable. So there are some plants here that need to be evolved, so we're just going to go ahead and evolve everything and make sure everything's looking good. And while we're doing all of that, I have no idea what Florence is doing, but she is probably relaxing because, again, she's pregnant and she's not used to this way of life. I do think that she will come around in the terms of being a farm wife because she's about to have her own house. And so I think that dynamic is going to change a little bit once it's her home that she gets to be proud of and nurture, right? Such a cute little bunny. So Anna's just loving these bunnies. She's out here socializing and giving them little chit chats and conversations and just loving on them. And like, she stinks so bad. This is what I'm talking. Like, you would never see Florence looking like that. Like, just never. She would just, no, absolutely not. Anna's like, whatever. It is what it is. I smell. I've been out toiling the soil, and it just is what it is. So don't mind me. Look how cute that bunny is. Oh my goodness gracious alive. So I'll just have her weed this little tree here because William, again, like, he is the worst. It takes him double the time that it takes Anna to do something where it's like garden related. Like, she is just, look how fast that's gone. She's like, boom, weeded, done, next. And he's like, So slow. He's still weeding. Like, what are you doing? Why are you so slow? Why are you so lazy? He's like, I'm just going to go over here and talk to the birds. I know that Florence told me to fix that plumbing, but I don't want to do it. But you need to do it. You need to go in there and you need to fix it because there's a flood in the kitchen. No, she is like disgusted with the house. My good for nothing husband doesn't want to get in here and do anything. That's fine. I'm just going to go outside and play with the bunnies. So the bunnies really, really like Anna and Florence. I've noticed that they really take to the ladies. They do not take to William. They don't get on. There's something about him that the bunnies just don't really care for. So, but Florence absolutely, like, as far as farm life goes, she loves animals. Like, she loves the chickens. She loves the bunnies. She's really, really good with them. Like, look how cute. So I did go ahead and name this bunny. I named it Bun Bun. And I thought, you know what? I think that you have to name the bunny in order for the bunny to get enough relationship with you so that it will want to help you and things. At least that would be what I would think. I don't know that for a fact because I haven't played enough with it, but honestly, if you think about it, like if you just met some random animal and you were just like, I don't think they'd just be your best friend in the whole wide world instantly like that. You learn their name and you have to make them trust you. I'm assuming the wild animals would be an even harder venture trying to get them to trust you. So let's start with a name. So that's what I did. So this is Bun Bun. Bun Bun is freaking adorable. I absolutely love Bun Bun. But Bun Bun's not coming with us because Bun Bun belongs in that log over there. But there is a log for bunnies at the cottage, and so she will definitely be able to have herself some bunnies over there. Please let me know what you guys want as far as names for animals. So give me some bunny names and give me some chicken names. So we do have a coop at the cottage. So let me know some rooster names and some chicken names and how many of each you want. Or well, I guess hens. And we will get those. And also I have 2 animal sheds. So we could either do a cow and a llama or we could do 2 cows. So let me know also what you would prefer for that. And if you want to give me some names for that. I did get some name suggestions in the comments for the last video. Since, you know, we tried for baby. You guys know that that's the next natural course of this series, right? So I did get some name suggestions, but if you guys want to go ahead and give me name suggestions for babies as well, this is not going to be the only baby for certain. Obviously, we have to have a male heir, and I don't know what this baby is, but if it's not a boy, then we'll be having more, right? So definitely give me some baby names, animal names, and what you want us to have at our lovely cottage on the Humphreys farm. So now that everyone has kind of tended to the animals and tended to the crops, they are just going to go ahead and deal with their needs a little bit. It looks like William and Anna both need to go to the washroom, and Florence is great. So she's just like, whatever, I've done what I need to do. I am playing with these animals and loving every minute of it. Which is fine, but I think you might need to go do the wash. Oh, he's going to do the wash for her. Okay, so he'll replace that water. And Anna, are you going to go to the washroom? Nope, she's going to go have a bath first, which means she's probably going to wee herself because she should have gone to the washroom first. And Florence needs to sell that painting. I think I already told her to sell it once, but she didn't listen to me. So she's going to sell that painting that she did so that we can have some extra funds for when we move into the cottage. And, oh, gross. And someone needs to do that wash. When we move into the cottage, I am not exactly sure how that's going to work as far as the funds go, because currently they have, 46 or so, 4,600 simoleons. So, but also this lot like the money goes towards it. So whatever the case is, the plan here is that when I get them into the lot, I'm going to decrease their funds. The idea behind this whole thing is they didn't have enough funds to keep this land. So they are going to be starting out with next to nothing because they're poor and they've had to downsize and move way, way out in the country because they can't afford this place any longer due to everything that's going on and the fact that William is not a good farmer at this present point. Like at this present moment in time, he's crap. Let's just be real. So yeah, she did. She totally weed herself and now she's embarrassed and hiding under the water in the bathtub. So as you can see, I have him out here doing some woodworking because I thought, you know what will help him with his plumbing he hates? Being a better handyman. I don't know if that's actually true, but in my head it was, so that's what he's doing. And we did just get a notification that we have a egg that is ready to hatch. So once she is done with the wash, she's going to come out here and hatch this egg. It may take her a minute though because she waddles. Because she's like in her second trimester, so we'll have to be patient. But while we wait on her, we'll just watch these chickens. I love seeing chickens in the game. Like I did have that mod, the chicken coop mod by Ice Moon, but it's just really cool to actually have it like in your game. And it's supposed to be there and you're not having to use a mod to do it. So I'm very much enjoying seeing these animals in the game. And it's funny how all of the hens like share the responsibility of sitting on the eggs. So you put flowers in the water, but you didn't wash the wash. You're just going to let it be green. Very good. Very good. I guess I will get Anna to do the wash. Somebody has to do the wash. She's like, well, my back hurts, so anyone other than me can do it. I'm just going to come out here and play with these chickens. Yes, yes. All right, so she's going to hatch this egg or grab this hatch. I don't know what she's going to do. We're hatching an egg. Oh my goodness. Look how cute it is. My whole heart. Okay. And now collect eggs, I guess. So I don't really know how that works. Do they lay eggs every single time you throw feed out for them? I haven't figured out what the pattern is for that. But I do know that like in the time frame that we've been in this episode, she's already collected eggs like 3 times. So it seems that eggs happen pretty frequently. But William's like, I'm going to come out here and be a beekeeper. Are you though? Because honestly, I haven't seen anything you're good at yet other than sleeping and maybe making babies. And she's like, please don't talk to me about babies. My stomach is so upset. Sorry, Florence. I know. So yeah, we've got some nice eggs. We need to, like I said, go ahead and gather everything out of the fridge. There's nothing in this home that we need to take with us, like no portraits or anything like that. Her painting is not a high enough skill where she could start making painting from reference of them or anything like that. So there are no paintings. At some point she will have a good enough skill for that, and I will have her paint some of the family members, but as of right now her painting skill is not high enough. So there really isn't anything here that we need to desperately take with us aside from our crops, which we already have in the fridge because I have been placing them in there so they can eat. So we're going to get the stuff out of the fridge before we go. And then we'll go ahead and head over to Hinford on Bagley. And once we get there, I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so we have arrived, and let me go ahead and just give you the grand tour here. All right, so this is their lovely cottage. that I've built them. So as you can see, it is significantly smaller than the first house that I built. But again, they are downsizing. So there's the little tree over here with a bench that they can sit on. And we have our patch of vegetables. So I have already gone and had him go ahead and plant what we had in his inventory from the fridge. This is just one of each of the plants that he had in the fridge. So the herbs and the spinach and strawberries, grapes, and I believe, let's see, lettuce and watermelon. They have their bee box. And here we just have an apple tree growing. I did put it in the front just so that in the event we do need to move the house out, up, whatever needs to take place, we can do so. So right up front here, there is a bird feeder that we can feed the birds. And I put a little planter here for Florence so that she can have flowers growing, so that obviously we constantly have flowers for our laundry. And on the porch here, it does have kind of like a half wrap porch. So we have the little swing. Sorry about this poor navigation skills I've got going on. And the clothesline here. And when you are inside, you go in the front door here, and this is the living space. So I'll just go in here. Show you the living space. So it, like I said, it is much smaller. It's just very modest, rustic, little country home. We have our fireplace with our firewood, and they're what is that called? Crocheting, and a bucket of potatoes and the butter churn. And then in this room here, it is like a storage area for their food and supplies, and where the wash basin is. We have a little table here, and as you can see, they've already been helping themselves to some food. This is the fridge, and this is the new oven that I found, and I just find this is very time appropriate, so I'm using that as opposed to the like the cast iron one. And at some point we obviously will upgrade maybe to the cast iron, and then we'll kind of go up as time goes by. And then the wash basin again here to wash the hands. And then in the hall here, this is the bathroom with just a tub. There's nothing fancy about that. And we have our master suite and our pregnant little beauty here. Is she not the most adorable thing you've ever seen in your life? So again, just very humble, right? Fur throw over the bed, like, yeah. And then we have a room here. So Anna will be sleeping here, and once the baby is a toddler, this will be where the baby sleeps, or the toddler sleeps. So there is enough room here for everybody to be comfortable, and I just think it's really cute. I mean, obviously we'll have room to grow. We'll be able to fit several beds in here for kids. And like I said, Anna isn't going to be around here for forever. So when you go out the back door here at the wash room, then there is some little stairs here that take you to the outhouse and their well. I'm not sure why she did that, but she threw her cross stitching on the ground, so I'll just throw that back in her inventory. And then here is our lovely farm animal pen area. So we've got our chicken coop here, and then the 2 animal sheds where you guys can let me know what you want us to get. And this is William's workspace here, so he's just got himself a little hay bale to sit on, a planter if he wants to order or get some seeds, and clearly you can see there's going to be some flowers here, but he did not plant them. And then we have our woodworking, which I find Anna will probably be out here more than anything. We have our lovely bunny stump and the birds that will be in the trees, but then we also have our pond. which is fully stocked with our ducks that are so precious, and our swans. We've got some frogs. Allow turtles. Yes, look at that. And we'll allow frogs. Oh my goodness, I'm in love with this pack. I've played it a whole, what, 2 seconds? Okay, that's fine. I'm allowed to be excited. So yeah, I love that. So they'll be able to come out here and fish. I did find out while I was in here. I took him straight out here. I was like, oh yes, we can fish in our pond. Nope, he can't. So he actually needs to catch fish, stock the pond. So I don't know why he can't. Yeah, he can't fish. He can't do anything with it, I guess. Oh, he can't. Yeah. Okay. So he definitely has to fish and then we can fish in our pond. And that's fine. So this is our farm. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like I said, this lot is pretty large. It is a 50 by 40, so as time goes on, as our family grows, we will be able to go ahead and move the house out some if we need to, or if we want to go up. Typically, I generally like one level houses, but that may not be feasible. We may have to have a 2-level house. So we'll have to see how it goes. But this is the vision of the cottage that I had for them, and I honestly just love it. I think it's great. So I hope you guys like it as much as I do, and please make sure you let me know what kind of animals you want our characters to have. What's with the fox? Is it going to cause trouble, or what are you doing? Yeah, exactly. Get out of here. Don't you be trying to eat my bunnies. Okay, so that is all for this episode. Please let me know what you thought in the comments below. Give it a like, hit subscribe, and make sure you ding the notification bell.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.